Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato, and this is Transport Fever. Anyway, we've got our ledger of death and destruction up here. We're 90%, well, I say 90%, that's maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, but we're most of the way through our culling of a bunch of routes, really. We've got rid of a butt ton of vehicles. And now it comes to line 1, the route that I have never really changed in, or not changed the name of in a bunch of time. And I think it's probably gonna require a little bit of a reshuffle as well. I mean, we've not saved any of our other routes, even though this route is only losing 25,000. Don't really care. It's not being saved. It's not being saved. Well, the route is, of course it's gonna be saved, but it's not being saved from being changed around. Alright, also, we could probably sell all of these trucks. I have no issue selling modern trucks, by the way. Like, that's totally fine. I mean, we get loads of money for them anyway, so that's completely fine. You are going to go onto an auto upgrade program. So vehicles, replacement, set vehicle, Volvo bus, perfect, 100%, grand. And now it's time that we have a little look at the station. So I think you are probably a good place to start. Let's stop adding you. What's your area of coverage? Your area of coverage is gargantuan. I swear that these grow, right? Like, they get bigger. So this covers the entire... Okay, well then we just go to like 2 stations, right? Like, that's it. That's all we do. We literally just do 2 stations. I think that's it. That's all that we can do. I think that's the best improvement that we can make. That's 35 years old. You're probably going to get an upgrade very, very soon indeed, my friend. Probably as soon as you arrive at the next... As soon as you arrive at the next bus stop. Oh, God. Okay. I did not know that all the buildings were so white in real life. It's because I'm clicked on a bus stop, right? I'm clicked on the line. There we go, thank God. Whoa. Yeah, you're probably gonna get an upgrade as soon as you arrive at the bus stop. Where the hell are you? Yes, let's see this in 3 times speed so that we can actually get a little bit of progress. We'll follow the bus as it comes in for his upgrade. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get an upgrade. I don't know though, I'm just guessing. Alright, good. Oh my God, the bus stop's fucking miles away. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, we seem to be fine. Wait, what? How old are you? 35 years old. Are you not up to your life expectancy yet? Jesus. If I was a passenger in Dorchester, I would not feel very happy with everyone just being in an old bus, but whatever, doesn't matter. To each their own, I suppose. Anyway, with that refinement, fingers crossed indeed, that we will be making a little bit more money on this route. Might actually swing into the positive. Anyway, Mr. Piggy. Mr. Piggy is the route that goes from our sawmill, one of our most successful industries, to our machine and tool producing factory. Now, I really do want to refine this. As much as I think that Mr. Piggy is a huge success, there are improvements to be made. There are improvements to be made. And we're going to start by slashing half of these vehicles. I say half, it's not a half, it's like a quarter. A quarter of these vehicles. You can arrive. You've got 0. I just want to make sure that I get ones with 0 on, because this is actually one of our most profitable routes, and I really don't want to fuck with it. Basically, we're going to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I mean, we've got to go through the short-term pain for the long-term gain. Am I right? Okay, that's just loading up. Whatever. And you're okay. So that's fine. Okay, so that's basically resulted in about half of them. If I could get rid of one more, then that would look swell. We're still making a lot of money here. We're going to be losing a heck of a lot less due to we're running less vehicles. Also, we're going to set these guys on for an auto upgrade to a 40-ton truck. Sorry, a 40 tons truck. And fingers crossed, we're going to see upgrades very, very soon indeed. Already, as you can see, we were 15 million. We're 15 million in the positive. That's so unbelievably good in comparison to what we were a couple of episodes ago, when we were literally 0. So you can make efficiencies. It's just unbelievably annoying to do and borderline unfun. But you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it because that's the right thing to do. 1.9 million. Profits have never been higher. If I have a look at Mr. Piggy now, and I have a look at the finances, I'd like to see if this actually ends up causing a little bit of a spike or a little bit of a dip or what. Like, what is this going to change anything? You know, we can actually take a little bit of a look. Historically, airport feeder. Let's have a look at the finances here. Look at that. Look at that. We used to be losing 400k. Now we're losing a hell of a lot less. We're losing at max, you know, like 70k. That's fine. Like, I can easily deal with that, right? That is not a problem at all. Same story here. Like, that's absolutely perfect. Like, unfortunately, the sad reality is that we need these routes around in order to feed our trains and in order to feed our airports. So, you know, I'll pay that price. Concorde, however, kind of one of those exceptions that I'm just keeping around for the sake of it, but whatever. Anyway, cargo route 1K, we're fine. Mr. Piggy, yep, we're going to see all of these guys be upgraded very, very soon indeed. How old are you? 27 years? What's the life expectancy of one of those things? Where's the nearest depot? Is it over here? Yeah. What's the life expectancy of one of these things? 35 years? 35 years? Really? Oh well. Oh well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm still happy with the numbers that I'm seeing here. You know, they're fucking green. I'll take them. If the numbers are... Look at how many green numbers we have in road vehicles. That's crazy. We've never had this many numbers in road vehicles before. It's crazy. Look at our fucking bus routes. I don't know if we've ever made money from bus routes. At night bus... See, this is another one of those instances where I bet you every bus is full. Or I bet you almost every bus is full. Yeah. So we're going to slash 3 of these buses. We're going to bring it down to 2. And then for the remainder of them, we're going to auto upgrade. We're also going to commit to a very, very large overhaul of the route because... Honestly, like, I think it's better to have bigger routes because you get more people. But at the same time... something that I didn't really contemplate at the time was that the bigger the route is, the longer it takes for a vehicle to travel it. And since the passengers are very, very pernickety, you know, they don't get off. Not all the passengers disembark at every stop. So some only disembark at some stop, others disembark at only other stops. It's very, very annoying. Basically, I think this station will probably cover the entire area. Yeah, pretty much. Like... It is a bit brutal. It is a bit brutal, right? Because we're now not, you know, we're now not delivering to, we're now not really delivering to, or we're not collecting from areas that have some residential population. But literally, you know, that you've got to be brutal about this, right? I mean, that was only built in 2008. These are all quite new houses, so I guess... You know, who cares? Doesn't really matter. You just can't care, right? You just can't fucking care. Anyway, let's get that vehicle replacement in that I said I was going to get in. Nope, putting a 40-ton truck on there would not be a great idea. Oil delivery. Oil delivery is the route that we... that is sort of like independent from everything else. Perfectly happy with just upgrading it, to be honest. Actually, no, we're going to slash this by half. There we go. And then... You may continue on your way. Apologies for making such a rude interruption, but there you go. Oily. Oily is one of those routes that sometimes makes a shit ton of money, but other times just doesn't. The reason that there is so many vehicles on this route, right? The reason that there is so many vehicles on this route is because this is usually a very, very, very high producing well, right? But as you can see... You're leaving town with like five things. So I'm going to sell everything there, right? Which is a crazy, crazy number. but then I'm going to replace it with like a fixed number. Let's say 12. 12 seems like a completely reasonable number. I don't think it's going to be enough, but we'll give it a crack. We'll see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we actually have money to do this. And this is going to be onto oily. There we go. Perfect. So that's a nice, new, efficient number that, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get rolled out straight away, and will have a big impact. Operation Grow Elstree Borehamwood. I'm pretty sure that this is honestly a pretty efficient route. Like this is pretty much the embodiment of the routes that we want to see. We want cargo to be left over here, yet we don't want a lot of cargo to be left over here. We're okay with a couple of trains or a couple of lorries running not with full load, but we really want to be seeing all lorries carrying full load. And I'm okay with currently the operation that we've got going on over here. Maybe a couple too many lorries, maybe 3 too many lorries. Perhaps we could do with a little bit of a cutback there. In fact, you know what? Let's do it. In fact, 4. We'll cut back on 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. 4? Yeah, 4. Okay. So 4 lorries, we're cutting back on them. I don't know if that's going to be a wise decision, because honestly that route was running pretty perfectly before we got to it. But at the same time, who really gives a shit if we're not shipping enough? I mean, we're just maximizing our profits, right? If we're not shipping, if we're shipping less than we need to, that's fine. We don't really get hurt by that. Okay, second to none but 1. So this is in Framlingham, which is fucking miles away from everything else, I guess. Corner of the map. Second to 1 but none. I think that this used to make money, like a long time ago. 37 years old. That's actually remarkably new, considering I thought it was a hell of a lot older, but hey ho, what can I say? Second to 1 but none. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a pruning here once again. Classic orbital potato style. We're making money hand over fist, by the way, literally by just getting rid of all of our useless vehicles. Okay. This includes the station. There's no reason that we don't have just straight up 2 stations, 2 bus stops. That's it, 2, and we're fine. That's all we need. I guess the catchment area of buses, I think, grows larger. Like, it can't still be the same. It's got to be different, right? Yep, sell 2 of those and auto upgrade you to... Fuck you, video game. If I click like, you know, yes, it should just take me to like the set vehicle tab. Like, what's the big idea? Oh, these buses are classic. 54 years old. Wow, that's old. That is really old. We're losing a lot of money on this route, actually. Yes, this is the longest air route in the world. I say in the world. And you know what? 3 of the buses are going to get cut. 3 of the buses are going to get cut. 1 is going to be kept around. It's going to be replaced. It's going to be auto upgraded to the Volvo. I'm not going to change the route. Why? Because I cannot be fucked. It's not going to really make that much of a difference, I guess. This is a pretty tiny town. There's not that much traffic on the roads anyway, so there's no real need to make an efficient route. I guess an efficient route is much more essential when there's traffic on the roads. But we're actually drawing pretty close to doing a couple of things. Firstly, we're drawing very close to being able to get that TGV. We're also pretty much at the bottom of the route. We've mucked around with these already. The Totnes Bad Boy, yeah, who gives a shit about that? Woody 1, Woody 2, Woody 3. I mean, these just need to be auto upgraded, right? Like that's pretty much the only thing that I think I can comment on. I suppose I probably could make them a little bit more efficient and cut back the number of vehicles that they have on them, but I never understood how the wood worked, and I never managed to understand how demand worked. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, anyway. 40-ton trucks, 100%, yes. Let's just get all those replaced. We will be losing a little bit of money, but What can you do? If we're losing a little bit of money, I'm okay with that. If it involves my sanity. Anyway, how's Concorde doing? You doing good, Concorde? Gorgeous, gorgeous aircraft. There you go. Look at it go. Look at it go. Look at it. Just fucking look at it. Oh, you can see it. You can see it like old and shitty and... Oh, that's a shame. How old are you now, Concorde? 30 years old. Is it time? Is it time to retire this Concorde? I think it is, you know. One last hurrah, my friend. Go to the nearest depot. We'll sell you. It has been an absolute pleasure. It really has been. What a phenomenal aircraft, ladies and gents. What a phenomenal amount of effort that people have gone into to animate the little nose and to make it all work. Look at how close the Concorde had to come to those buildings over there to land. You have been gorgeous. You have been absolutely fantastic. You've been spectacular, Concorde. May you sleep well. Why have we got an aircraft in here? That's not the surprise that I was expecting, but apparently both of our aircraft are in the same locker. So we could take the 737 out of service. We could put it back into service, but I'm not really interested in doing that. Concorde, it's time. Thank you for the fantastic time. We could buy another one, but I think we've had the era of the Concorde. We really have. You know, the Concorde, the real Concorde, the real thing was it was retired in 2003. That was when its last flight was. So I think the era of the Concorde has come, it has gone, but now there needs to be a renewed focus on passenger numbers and running costs and fuel costs and whatnot. So we should really take a little think about that. I think that we want the A320, right? Because even though it carries less passengers, it costs a shit ton less. And in a world where costing a lot less is very important, sign me up to that. Let's equip it onto the TAL, and let's have a little look at it. It's a big aircraft for sure. Wow, that is bloody huge. Bloody huge. Well, Concorde, you served us finally. You really did. Really did. Cannot get over how much of a gorgeous aircraft that is. Still no TGV, I take it, which is rather disturbing. Anyway, it's time, ladies and gents, to look at our railroad matters and to cull the routes that are not making a lot of money. So this goods line, why is this goods line not making a lot of money? Have we ever made a profit with this route? We've come close before. I mean, I think we get like a full load. If we don't get a full load, we get almost a completely full load. I just don't understand why we're not making money from this route. And we're losing so much from Lego planks. Jesus Christ. Fuck me, that's a lot of money that we're losing from Lego planks. Mr. Potato Head as well. Have we ever made a profit on this line? We've come kind of close, but that's not... You know, close isn't enough. 83 goods. I think we can make a little bit of a replacement here. Upper Elstree and Bournemouth. Or Morley North even. Let's put you on full load there. Let's see if that makes any no, let's not keep you on full load. I don't want to fuck with trains. I kind of just want to leave trains the way that they are. I mean, it seems that we're making, you know, gargantuan profits now. I'm actually really happy with that. We spent 12 million. That's the biggest amount of investment that we've spent on road vehicles in a long time. And the only reason that we were able to do that is because we literally cut back all of our expenses. The problem that I have with cutting back on trains is that They're oh so important. They really, really are. I don't really want to, you know, sacrifice the important feeder routes, the important feeder routes. I don't really want to do that. That's not really what I'm interested in. The good news is that we're making mostly profits on pretty much everything here. What about you? Do we make a profit on you? We have actually made a profit on you in the past, so that's quite good. I expect that we'll make a profit this year. Maybe not, who knows. But you can see the year in which, you know, we jumped up the number of carriages that we had on. That made a big difference. But things are actually going remarkably fine. Remarkably well. Oh god, apart from the lag. Oh god. This does not look like 3 times speed. This looks like 5 frames per second. Fuck me. Alright, that's a little bit better. If I get rid of the interface, that tends to help sometimes. Yes, but that's rather nice. Everything's rather fine. How's Oily doing? After we made those changes, I was a little bit worried that we would have killed the profitability or the potential profitability of that route, but it seems that my changes have really paid off. Oily, are you making profit? You're making profit now. That's perfect. You know, it's probably not as efficient as it could be. We're probably not getting the ideal numbers that we're getting, or that we would want, but can't really complain, really. Iron route, yeah, these need to all be culled. Iron route, take me to this. Okay, so you guys are all gonna be transferred off, and we're gonna get 12 brand new 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're gonna get all of you onto the iron route. Iron route. Perfect. Grand. That might help us save a little bit of money. Just because we can, right? Also, it should... well, that sort of sets us back, because we want the TGV, right? We want the TGV pretty fucking bad. Also, when's the next new vehicle coming out? Like, I want to know, is there going to be any new vehicles? Because I feel that I really want one. I really want to experience the thrill of a new vehicle once again. These are all incoming. You sell off. Perfect. Everything else is incoming. Bingo. Alright. I'll take it. It's not exactly the prettiest situation, but it's okay. Try to ship more machines. You know what? I think that now is the perfect time to start caring about this. You know what? I'm even going to build my first little bit of new track in what seems like forever. The reason that I'm doing that is because I'm too damn lazy to go and find another depot that'll actually work. So instead, let's get you on there. Let's buy a new train. That's how we operate. That is how we operate. We could actually, I mean, this was our old train, 140. You can go up to 160. Oh, international operation and doubled. Whereas this is... Wait, you offer the same numbers? Oh no, your tractive power is half. Or your power is half. Your tractive effort is slightly less. But I mean, there's functionally zero difference here. Or there's functionally not that much difference. I'm gonna go for the more expensive one. Primarily because I can, really. And what's the thing that carries machines and tools? Perfect. You're the one that I want. Honey, the one that I want. Just me? Alright, just me. I'll show myself out. I'm gonna take out a little bit of a loan, a cheeky little bit of a loan there, just because I can. And you're gonna be on the machine route. Whatever it is. Is it Mr. Potato Head? It is Mr. Potato Head. I knew it was Mr. Potato Head. I knew it was. I knew it was. I just wanted confirmation. Anyway, ladies and gents, we are going to see our brand new train, our first brand new train in what feels like forever, emerge from the depot in the next episode. Hopefully you'll join me for that, ladies and gents, because my name, of course, has been Oda Potato, and I'll see you next time. Bye.